So as we discussed in the technical stand-up, the hip escape is one of the steps that's gonna help me get space and distance while I'm trying to get back up to my feet. There are 3 ways to hip escape: on my hand, on my elbow, and on my shoulder. The main difference is the height of my head as that's happening and how fast I can move. On my hand, I'm really fast and I'm really mobile. On my elbow, I'm still pretty fast and pretty mobile. And then on my shoulder is my least fast method of hip escaping or moving, and it's generally the most common. Most of the time I'm down here, arms in front of me, trying to frame in this situation. From here, what's gonna happen is my feet are together and my knees are apart. I'm generally forming a shield on my opponent. So if Jamie were to come close to me now and try to get on top of me, that shield keeps him away. Most of the time, we would probably start a hip escape around this situation would be super common. What needs to happen is I need to put my feet onto the ground or attach them to him and move my body back. I can use my hands to frame there. What I'll generally do in this situation now is start moving my foot back out, slide it to the other side of his body, and then pull him into my closed guard, okay? If I were to start to learn how to do a hip escape, the first way that I may learn would probably be on my hand like this. As I move, I slide my body backwards. I reposition my hand, reposition my feet, use my legs to slide my hip down the mat. I generally would go side to side, so that way I can create space. I can do this going forward just as well as going back. So sometimes I have a forward hip escape if I'm trying to close that distance between me and my opponent. I can do the same exact thing from my elbow. So as you get better on your hand, you move to your elbow, the same thing is happening. Side to side, I'm escaping my hip backwards, and I can do the same thing moving forward if I need to close that distance. All the way down, I'm gonna be working it from my shoulder. My hands are in front. I'm using them as frames and shields. My hip is still coming off the mat as I hip escape away. Now I'm gonna step my foot close to my hip as I turn around and get my feet together. From here, I'll push my hip away again. Again, walk my hip close to my body. So as I turn into my frames and my shield. Each time my feet stay close together, I lift, push back, and then switch my hip to the opposite side. I can do the same thing moving forward on my shoulder that I did on my elbow and then my hand. This is generally how to hip escape from the ground.